darkness is a tool. It's a tool that lies within everything and everyone, and it will be used correctly. Unlike you or Void, who used it for their own gain, I am going to use it to stop this. Finally.
I'm disappearing, okay? Eventually, I'll be gone. I don't get it. What do you mean? I realized it when I was explaining to you what was happening. Shadow, yeah, most people will. That's how age works. That's not what I mean. Shadow is becoming more me. And it's all because I've accepted the darkness and made Shadow physically present. If Shadow was a part of me, and I brought him physically into this world, into this reality, now that he has the Shadow Sword, the darkness is basically leeching off of me. Well, he can't be you. You're you. I know. That's why I'm disappearing slowly. That's why I'm slowly falling apart. What's happening to me? It's happening because Shadow's been trying to corrupt me. It didn't work in the way I'm sure he intended, but now that he's actually physically in this world, he's using the darkness that's already been on me to basically steal me. The real me. Well, can you slow it down? There must be a way. No, not that I know of. The Shadow Sword is accelerating it all anyways. Shadow is using it to continue leeching off of me. It's going to get to my core, and when it does, I'll be gone. So that stuff all over you. Once it's covered, will you just be one? Will it happen faster? Like, look, it's hard to explain. I think the reason that I was even having these visions of Shadow is because now he's becoming the more dominant one. I'm looking through his eyes because he's becoming the real Saber. I don't know if this stuff covering me, the darkness covering me, is connected to exactly how much more time I have. I don't know. You're seeing what you'll become. Yeah. Clearly, this stuff has been taking over me before Shadow even became physically present, which means that I don't think it's directly linked. He's just taking advantage of it. He's already consumed by the darkness, so he doesn't even have to waste any energy or time fighting it off. If you do get consumed, will you still be there? Like, aware? I don't know, okay? I don't have all the answers. Plus, ever since I realized that the darkness it's pretty much just a tool, I stopped fighting it off. I accepted it because it's not technically hurting me. Shadow's just using it to hurt me. I'm gonna be slowly disappearing. There can only be one of me. And if Shadow's the dominant Saber, it's looking like he's gonna become the one that takes it all. So what? In this situation, what could we even do, huh? You can't do anything. I don't even know what would happen if I were to destroy Shadow Saber. We couldn't even attack him. He's technically me now. Destroying him would destroy me. So what could the plan even be? Time? I'm sure these visions I'm having of Shadow's perspective are only going to get stronger and more often. So how are you so sure? You're not one with him. Yet. Yeah. Yet. Look, Time. You should go handle Elemental. I took you out of there, and it seems like you're having time to recover. I know you used even more fighting Elemental, but you should focus on that for now. Absolutely not. Time. Then you won't leave me, right? I'm not leaving your side. No matter what. Shadow said when he betrayed us. Remember? Shadow said how hopeful he was that him and my truths would realign. He probably knew all of this was going to happen once he took back that sword. He was looking forward to it. I'm gonna be alone in his head. Not even if lightning strikes me right now. I won't leave you. Thanks, Time. I can feel it coming again. And I'll make sure you don't become that monster. This time, you take your time. I'll be here. Thanks, Time. I'll be back soon. I hope. I'll be watching over you. Huh? I don't understand. Why am I at the core? At my core?
Interesting. What a good question. Origin isn't here either.
That's right. Last time I was here, I spoke to Origin. But Shadow, what are you doing here in my core?
My core? No, Sabre. It would appear as though Origin Steve has taken a step back. I'm guessing he's waiting to see which Sabre will come out on top. You or me. And, by the way, this isn't your core. This is our core now. It seems as though our cores are merging, becoming one, unable to tell the difference between one or the other.
You mean you're stealing mine? That's what you meant to say, right? You're trying to merge our cores so that there's only one of us.
Oh, you're so smart. Finally figuring it out, huh? I've been waiting so long. There were so many times that I wanted to tell you how weak you really were. How many times I hated that you could exist in the physical world. That you controlled the darkness. You wasted all that potential. Void was so busy with just trying to become the best, the strongest. You forgot about becoming one. But I haven't. I never have. I've always remembered, Sabre.
Really? You've always held on to it, huh? Always?
From the moment we spoke, I've never changed my mind. I led you to believe that you had changed me, that I wanted to change my ways. But I don't. I've never wanted to change my ways. I wanted to change yours, Sabre. I wanted to change you into me. I was blessed with the gift of traveling to my core. A gift that only a rare few can do. And I will not waste that, Sabre. The darkness meeting its own core is the answer to the end of all the worlds in this entire universe. We shall become one, and then become nothing. We can still do it, you know. Look around you. We share this place for a reason. We share it because it can happen. Join us. Become one and stop fighting it. It'll be so much easier.
No. I will never do that. I will hold off for as long as possible, and I will try my hardest to make sure that I'm the one that comes out on top as the real Sabre.
Well, if that's the case, Sabre, I'll have to take it all for myself.
Huh? Why? Why did we come here? The old orange village? Light! 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 Is that you?
Don't bother. You know, I thought you'd have more common sense than this, Sabre. This isn't real. We're simply observing what your mind wants to create. Oh, the simple times, huh? Where you'd show up, do some simple chores, side job. This was before even Light was created. When he was just a shy little orange Steve, cowering in his house back there. But now, things have changed. Responsibilities were given to those who were not ready. Isn't it funny how we come full circle to these conversations? We'll continue to have them until something happens. What is that something? What is it we have to keep on going to, moving forward to? I know what I have to do. Do you?
Stop messing with me. If we're just here to observe, then I'm done with this. Okay? I'm sick of all of this. So you brought me here just to remind me of how everyone's left me behind, how everything's changed? I understand that. Of course everything's changed. Everything has to change.
But You don't want it to, do you? You wish you could go back to the simpler times, when everyone's biggest deal was something so small. But those were only small deals because you have a bigger deal to compare it to. Bigger problems lead to the nostalgia of the smaller problems. The mind works in funny ways, and yet darkness only wants to be one. It's so simple, nostalgic almost.
There's nothing nostalgic about the darkness. Just stop, okay?
You don't like hearing about it, do you? How you've tried so hard, sacrificed so much, and yet they betray you. They leave you behind, out to dry. They don't care about you anymore. Light over here doesn't even want to see you. He's given up on you. He thinks you fell to the darkness. A Steve not even worthy of going to his own core thinks you gave up on him. That you fell to the darkness. Isn't that funny? How you discovered your truth. The truth that they all have it. The darkness. That's right. Of course I know it as well. I found the core and spoke to Origin just like you, remember that? Light is the epitome of the opposite of dark. And yet if you pay attention, you can see that darkness dwells within even him. How sad. They wish that it could be so clear, that there's only light in some and only dark in some. But you know better. And still they won't listen. The mind paints such picture-perfect scenarios, doesn't it? You find yourself visiting this place a lot, don't you?
Stop. Stop!
Listen to me. There is no stopping. Actions put forth will be in momentum until they hit the wall that I'm aiming for. Your regret. It's deep within your soul. It's in your core. Your core is not so simple. But you can figure it out, can't you? You're so brave and so strong.
Stop!
Stop? You're not even paying attention. Listen to me. The offer still stands. If you're ever ready. I won't lie. You are strong. Even without using your own energy, you can bring destruction anywhere you go. Not many can say that. Not many could take pride in it. Take pride in it, Sabre. You've brought darkness to places no one could up until you showed up.
I tried to stop it. Stop trying to get in my head like you did when we first met.
Oh, I know that you're putting up a fight. I just thought that I could have a good conversation with myself. Remind myself of everything I've done to accomplish so much. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of you. But you could still do so much more. I've already set forth a plan. Actions that cannot be stopped toward that wall that I'm aiming for. You miss Dark already, don't you?
Don't you mention his name. Dark deserves better. You're controlling him.
Of course I am, Sabre. You're such a fool. Giving people free will. Free will given to things that never were intended. You're breaking the laws of this universe. They couldn't be held anyways. Darkness is a tool. It's a tool that lies within everything and everyone. And it will be used correctly. Unlike you or Void, who used it for their own gain. I am going to use it to stop this. Finally. This everlasting existence. It'll never go away. The darkness will always come back within everyone and everything. Do you know what it's like to always come back? Void figured it out, but he relished in it. That fool. He never got to experience what always was. And what always will be. I want nothing. Because I've always seen it all. I've always experienced it all. You will not stop me. And so I will take you, so that I no longer need to rely on my form from you.
You already don't. You already have the sword.
Oh, but if you got the sword, then I'd still be vulnerable, wouldn't I? Now if I became you, I would truly be real. This is all, Sabre. If you ever change your mind and make it easier, then let me know. If not, remember, I'll never stop. Plus, don't forget, if you joined me, us, the darkness, Dark Steve is waiting for you. I may control his will, but deep down, I sense his frustration. He misses you, Sabre. He misses you so much, you should join him. I'm sure he'd like that.
Quiet! Time? It's okay, Sabre. I'm here.